Blue one.
They should both.
1-2. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. A very, very warm welcome to for many of us, our second home. It's a great turnout, and it's actually very, very pleasing to see so many, but not surprising. We are, for our size, we're one of the best supported clubs in England. And it's because of your support, which translates onto the field. We do provide here the 16th man on many occasions. For all of us, for those that went to Sale, I think we can attest that it's even better this year, as the result suggests. We were beaten 62-12 last year. This time around we could have easily won and narrowly lost 21-12. So it bodes well for the coming season. Now, I'd just like to hand back to David, who's going to talk to every player, I think. David, aren't you? Yeah, so big hand for David, thanks. Good evening. Nice to see so many of you back. What's going to happen is, we'll bring the player out, have a few words. Sponsors will be organised by Lindsay somewhere, who's probably got an easier job if she was trying to herd cats. So you're going to collect your... Are you doing it? No, I wasn't referring to you in person. I'd have had some far more choice words, quite frankly. So if you can grab your shirt from over there, come across, meet your player, and then photographs are going to be taken in Harry's bar. So, without much more ado, we'll get the first player up. And the first player that's coming up is somebody who's returning to us, was injured as part of our massive injuries from February onwards. In fact, he might have been the first one. But we're glad he's back, we're glad he's recovered, and he played last Saturday. So, put your hands together please for Charlie Capps. Yeah, you've got to stand on there. Makes you look like a second row. A fat second row, let's be right, but a second row nonetheless. So, back, recovered, knees good?
Yeah, knees good, you're the physio, you said it.
No praise like self-praise, is there? And you spent quite a lot of time through the summer drowning worms and...
Yeah. You can hold it, you're a big boy.
Otherwise known as fishing.
Yeah, did a bit of that, yeah.
I heard a rumour that you'd been for 30 nights fishing. Is that correct?
Gross exaggeration.
I also heard a rumour that you could be Rotherham's most unsuccessful fisherman because you didn't catch a fish.
That is actually quite true.
So it's not really fishing then, is it? It's just camping.
This is a rugby club, not a fishing club.
So, Capsy's been very kindly sponsored by John and Liz Lai, so if you'd like to come forward and present him with his shirt, it'd be much appreciated.
Just turn the face.
Right, John, put it on! Not big enough.
Thank you. Right, are we going to go there?
Yeah. So, next up, another returner, who fortunately is able to play rugby this season. I had a bit of a worry that he might not be able to, but everything's good and he's all back with us. You put your hands together please for Alistair Donker. So, not to put too fine a point on it, but there was Lazarus, and then there's you. And we're all good.
Yeah, thankfully I'm back. Thank you.
So, looking forward to the season?
Yeah, I think after that result last week, it's pretty positive. So yeah, looking forward to it.
And you've actually been to some pre-season this year, haven't you?
I mean, yeah, last season I missed 6 weeks. The year before I was overweight, so it was really hard for me. This year I'm overweight, but I'm trying a bit harder.
Alistair is very kindly sponsored by Anne Coggins and Ben and Jamie not here. So it's Ben's birthday. Well, if you'd have been here, we'd have all sung to him. So perhaps everything. So, yeah, Anne's Branson's and Anne is sponsoring Lawrence. So next up, it's the first opportunity you've got to look at one of our new prop forwards. He's a young man called Danny Rylance, and if you can put your hands together, we'll bring him out. Now, before we speak to Danny, I want to paint a picture for you. I want you to imagine rolling green hills, lovely marinas, of which the rugby club that he's come from has got a view of. The air is so much better because Danny's from Lancashire. And even better, Danny comes from the same place that I do, so fear not, I'll be able to translate for you. So he's over there at the minute, but he's going to come over here a bit, and I'm going to say to him, are you not glad that you've come to Rotherham? So, Danny, tell us a bit about yourself, your rugby history, what you do for a living, and how pleased you are to be at Rotherham.
So I've just joined from Rosendale. I did go to uni over at Sheffield Hallam, and I have played under Baz before for a few years with Sheffield, so I know Baz quite well. Obviously from the dark side of the
Whoa. Safety numbers, son. You don't have to say stuff like that.
yeah, I'm a teacher as well, so hopefully get to know you all. Cheers.
So he said he's very pleased to be in Yorkshire with you. He passes his time during the day as a teacher. Now then, if I'm not mistaken, in Rossendale there's a grammar school and then there's the other secondary schools. Is that right?
Yeah.
And 50% of us went to the grammar school and you didn't.
Yeah.
But you still managed to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Good lad. So Danny is sponsored by Karen and Lenny Rimington, who are closet Lancastrians, obviously. Put your hands together for Danny Rylance and Lenny and Karen, thank you. So next up we've got another of our props. Just in case you've not worked it out, we're going through the players by position. It's another returner. It's his, I don't know, probably about 25th or 26th season he's been with us. So we're going to bring him up, have a chat with him. He obviously didn't get the memo about kit tonight. Put your hands together please for Ricky Stout. So we've had a bit of news, haven't we? Well, we're having a baby, aren't we? Not me and you, obviously.
Sorry again. Yeah.
And how's it doing?
Yeah. Brewing nicely.
Yeah, brewing nicely. Yeah, no, got a little one on the way, so 23rd of December, so Christmas baby up there.
So you've been here 25, 26 years now. Impressions of pre-season and the new squad?
Well, for the sessions I've been here for, it's been pretty good. Like, lads looking good. Brought some good lads in, and yeah, looking forward to seeing how we go tomorrow. I think it's a pretty good yardstick as to where we are as a group. and then obviously looking forward to playing Leeds next weekend.
You're looking quite tan, Ricky.
Well, you would if you'd missed all the pre-season because you've been abroad. So, Ricky's sponsored by the lads and lasses on the steps this year, so that's brilliant. So, come on down and present him with his shirt. Fresh in from the near continent.
You've got to stand up beside him. Yeah, come on up.
Next up, we've got a new lad who's a returner. So, put your hands together, please, and welcome back, Gareth Denman. Rocking the Crocs, like it. So, you're back with us, you've been away quite a long time. Tell us what you've done. Tell us how pleased you are to be back at Rotherham.
What I've done, I've retired obviously from professional rugby. I've come back to Rotherham, really excited about this. It's a good young set of boys, to be fair. Got a lot of potential, and I'm just looking forward to a season back where it all began, really.
How long is it since you started?
I can't quite remember. I think it was 2011 when I left. So yeah, I went to a couple of teams. Northampton. I was there for 4 years, probably my most successful period. So yeah.
Got an England cap, didn't we?
I played in like a representative game, yeah, against Barbarians while I was there. Yeah, I've done quite a bit, but I'm looking forward to being back home.
Well, we're pleased that you're back. And Gaz is sponsored by Yvonne and Alan as the Shed on Tour.
Gareth's just
Oh.
all right.
You're Alan.
Yeah.
Debut 28th of September 2012.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gaz, Alan and Yvonne. Next up, another one that's coming back. Is he there? Where's Bergie? Put your hands together, please. Jack Bowmanis. You're another one, aren't you? That's with child, as it were. Well.
Yeah, she's John October the 11th. So,
So, I'm sure lots of us will be giving Jack some very sound advice about parenting, and not to do it, probably. Again, you're another one who's been around quite a while with us now, Jack. Just give us a quick impression of, your thoughts of how pre-season has gone.
it's gone quite well, to be fair.
Can we do it again with a bit more enthusiasm?
I think it's excited though, not excited. It's gone well. I think that showed it did now our last game against Sale. Last time we played against them, it was a bit of a poor showing, to be fair, but we've continued this year and scored a few tries in the big game, and looking forward to this game of the weekend. I think we've got a lot to take from the last game and go into this one, so
That's brilliant, thanks, Jack. So, Jack is sponsored by Stalwart of the club and Coggins. So, how many seasons is this you're sponsored in now? Talking to this, otherwise they can't hear you.
4.
So you quite like him then, do you?
Yeah.
Right, well, shuffle off into Harry's bar, and if you're not back in about 5 minutes, we'll send somebody just to make sure Jack's safe. And next up, we've got another new player for you. He's another hooker, or as we would say over in Lancashire, hooker. And he's somewhere around. Where's Louis Inman? I know he's not your cousin. All your cousins have got 6 fingers. So Louis is actually Donny's cousin.
Yeah.
Was that a bit difficult?
Not by blood.
Not by blood?
No.
Is that one of them where his dad lent your dad his orbital sand and you have to call his dad uncle whatever?
Yeah.
One of them, is it? No. Does your mum know you're here tonight?
Yes, she does.
She's alright with you being out this late?
Yeah, I've got curfew.
Hang on a minute, because you've got to have this to talk.
No, I've got curfew though. 11 o'clock.
So, Louis, tell us a bit about you, where you've come from, what you're doing, and tell us a bit about your first experience in the Titans shirt last weekend.
I'm 18 years old, come from Halifax, wonderful place. What was the last question? Played for Yorkshire Rugby last year and Old Broadlands as well. So I thought I'd challenge myself, come down to Rotherham and play some really good rugby. Last week's game I thought played really well. There were a few times where we probably could have scored some tries, but they're a very good side and I thought we'd give it to them, to be fair.
So, Louis is sponsored by Matt and Wendy and Zoe. So, have you got any cotton wool for your ears? Do you know how many V's there are in Rotherham? Come on, I've got all night. That's Zoe. That's Wendy. And that's Matt. Ladies and gentlemen, big brother and welcome for Louis Inman. So next up, we've got a man who, quite frankly, can say what he wants on this microphone, and I'm not going to challenge him, I'm not going to take the mickey out of him, he can just do and say as he wants. Put your hands together for our second season with us this time, but he's been with us in the past. An absolute, in our mind as a staff, legend of a player. This guy is everything that you'd want about a Rotherham Titans player. Put your hands together, please. Big welcome for Matt Challoner. So, I'll tell a story. Some of you will have heard this, some of you won't. We're playing Hull away. He runs past the bench and shouts to Doc and Jenks, "I think I broke my arm." Makes 4 tackles and then comes off. So, tell us, first of all, tell us about your arm, it's alright. Tell us what your thoughts are as, you know, somebody who's a very experienced rugby man. How we did last week?
So the arm is better now. The plates aren't coming out, so it's good to go. Last week was a good test for the arm. A bit worried about it, but it's fine. So cracking on that front. In terms of this season, the side is a lot of other lads have echoed. There's a lot of youth in the side. It's good. It's brought a lot of enthusiasm. There's a lot of competition for places, and we're in a really healthy spot at the moment.
Matt is sponsored by Matt, the men's. Sorry, let me get this right. The men's mental health group, and where. Representing this show. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Challoner. I'm quite getting used to saying this, and I quite like the fact that I've got to say this a lot tonight. Our next player will be somebody else who's still with us from last season and has returned. So, you know, the number of people that we've got returned this year is probably as high as I've ever known it in 12, 13 years I've been here, and that's brilliant for continuity. So put your hands together, please welcome Theo. So, you're back. Had a good summer?
Yeah, summer was good. Summer was good. Nothing I can talk about up here.
You can, fine.
Oh, they don't want to hear about it. No, they don't.
A few holidays?
Correct.
And you got a new job?
They definitely don't want to hear about that.
Trust me, you don't. I have. And you do not want to hear about that. Pre-season, how's it gone for you?
Yeah, pre-season's been good. Obviously, a lot of the boys returning. It's been a really nice atmosphere. A lot of the guys just returning from their pre-season tour in Krakow, so they came back in good spirits, and that's really helped sort of push the boys. Really sort of build the atmosphere going into it. So week one, everyone was in a good place. We managed to build really well from there, and that was obviously shown last week on the pitch. So hopefully we should build from that going forwards.
Where are they? So Theo is sponsored by Baz and Diane from the Mexford Testing Centre. Did I get a box so we got where you are?
Turn it backwards. Because Di's name's at the bottom.
Smile, folks.
That's all kids.
Okay, you can go now, don't milk it. Come on, get off.
How you doing?
Put me out, we're fine. Next up, another returner. Another second row. Started work last week in his first junior job as a doctor. So he's fitting in doctoring and rugbying. I'm not sure which is the more difficult, but we can ask him that question when he comes up. Put your hands together and please welcome Lewis Allen. Dr. Lewis Allen. Apparently he's going to start doing a bit of a clinic on a Saturday afternoon after getting for anybody who's got any aches, pains, or whatever. So, you're back with us, which is brilliant. Tell us about your last week. It's not obviously, you can't name names or stories, but just how does it feel to be a proper doctor?
Yeah, so obviously at university it was a good lifestyle, slept in, stuff like that. I'm working 9 till 5 now, it's brutal, really struggling. We'll get there at the end.
Well, it's a way to make a living, isn't it? Working 9 till 5. It's a way to make it. I'll leave it with you. So, have you noticed any difference between last summer and this summer in terms of how you feel about playing rugby?
Just being around the club again this year, it's nice. There's so much continuity. We've come in, everyone knows each other, most people know each other already, and I feel like we've been able to kick on very early on. We're looking good for this season, I'd say.
Are you going to be able to fit us in between saving lives?
We'll see.
Lewis is sponsored by, again, another set of stalwarts for Rotherham Rugby Club. Put your hands together, the Jersey Boys. For anyone that didn't hear that, Steve's just said it's nice to get a face-to-face with a doctor. I mean, if we realise we could have done this by a WhatsApp or something. Ladies and gentlemen, Lewis Allen. Right. Next one out. Another returner. Been with us for some years, on and off as a coach, as a player. Can you put your hands together and give a massive welcome to Matt Smith, please? Is he here? Oh, he's here. Yeah, I do, because you're going to look completely ridiculous if you do. What my grandchildren feel like when they're walking out with me. So, outside, it is ridiculous, but you know me. Pretty nasty knee injury, which thankfully, thanks to the good old NHS, we're getting sorted out. Tell us a bit about how that's going, where you're at, and how you're enjoying the coaching role that you've taken on more formally again since you left.
Yeah, thanks. Good evening, everyone. Firstly, yeah, it was a nasty injury. I cried a lot, I think, David. Yeah, squealed and all that. So yeah, no, that was pretty rubbish. Yeah, no, had the operation, well, the second operation, 12 weeks ago now, and it's the rehab's coming on well. Thanks to Mr. Swift.
Despite me.
Yeah, despite you trying to butcher it. And yeah, it's coming on. It takes time. That's the big thing with big injuries. They always take time to come back from. But no, we're heading in the right direction. And slowly and surely, we'll get there. Hoping for a January return. So there we go. Biggest clap of the night. There we go.
I've told Martin it's going to be about early March because I've got this theory of under-promising and overachieving. So he thinks coming back in March, I get you back early January, he thinks I'm better than I really am. You just killed it. Tell us a little bit about how the forwards are getting on and how much you're working with them, enjoying it.
Yeah, I've kind of stepped back into that the role of forwards coach, and yeah, no, I think we've got a really good group. Lads are working hard, and I think as long as you've got hard work and you can speak openly to each other and honestly, and when things go well, and then when things don't go so well, I think you can achieve a lot. So at the moment we're quite excited. Obviously a big test tomorrow, but I think it'll put us in good stead. And yeah, looking forward to the season ahead with a good group of lads.
So, we're here again. Sponsoring Matt, we've got Matt Cogton, Zoe and Windy. So next up we've got another returner from next season. If we're being completely honest, we're not entirely sure how much we're going to see him even this year because we've got some issues that we need to get under control. But he's a great lad. He wanted to be here tonight to be part of this because he's a Rotherham boy. He loves being part of the Titans. And if I'm being really honest with you, don't tell him, but we love having him around as well. So please, can you put your hands together for Harry Williams? The elephant in the room is clearly on his wrist. And let's be right, it's not all of us at his age that go to a fun fair and win a prize, so I think he's done well there. You're from Thurcroft on Lamorthen, isn't it?
Just a bit further up.
You can hold it because you're a big boy.
Just a bit further up. Wickersley.
I know we're having a bit of a tough time at the minute in terms of injury, as it were, and you've been around as much as you can. We're really looking forward to the day that you can join us back on the pitch. Really excited and pleased that you're back with us, albeit the playing side's going to be a bit in a while, but trust me, we are really thrilled to have a proper Rotherham lad in our squad. And it's sponsored by Janet and Brian. They can't be here, so they've sent a proxy. So Gary Wilson's going to present him with his shirt on behalf of Janet and Brian. Oh, for God's sake. You might get rust off him, off his wrist. Okay, you done now? Yeah. It's alright. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, only if you can wear it on a Saturday afternoon. With some boots. I hope I'll be fiddled with. Really well. So next up, another returner who flirted with us a little bit last season, having been with us in the Joe Barker era, and then got injured at Hull in the unfortunate game, but fully recovered. Great to see him back with us. Put your hands together please for Lewis Wilson. Can you get them in bright colours as well? So, you're back with us, your ankle's good, talk to us.
Looking forward to be back playing. Loved it last time I was here again, so ready to go again 3rd September.
So you went out, in the interim between being here and then being here again, you've been to Hong Kong?
Yeah, so I had a good time away in Hong Kong. Completely different experience, been to Rotherham. Loved it, but yeah, good to be back home with my family. Of course, my family being down here watching the games down here.
And we're looking forward to seeing you back out there again like you were last week. So, put your hands together please for Lewis Wilson, who is sponsored by Not Quite Dead in the Shed. Though to be fair, looking at him, I'm not sure.
Still not dead in the shed.
It says Not Quite Dead in the Shed here.
Still not dead in the shed.
Well, it says Not Quite Dead in the Shed here, and all I can do is read.
Cheers, guys.
Just.
Go on, you get them in. You get them in. Not far off.
Oh. I owe you an apology. Ladies and gentlemen, Lewis Wilson is still not dead in the shed. Oh well, I'm ready to say. Next up, another one that's back with us. Another one that's been injured. There was a point, February, March last season, where we had what you could describe as our starting pack in the medical room injured. So, some of them have been through operations, some didn't need some, but this is a guy who has had an operation, he's worked really hard, he's back with us, started our game last week. Put your hands together for Callum Busting. So you missed half the season last year, and you were still the leading try scorer. What's it going to be like if you get a full season behind you?
It depends how many more tries I can still steal. But yeah, hopefully I can get a few more tries this season and keep it going.
Ankle's feeling good?
Yeah, it held up quite well against Sale, playing 50 minutes. But yeah, it swells up every now and then, but looking good for the season.
Well, let's hope that we do get plenty of more drives and he's on the back of them and dots it down. Callum is sponsored by Not Quite Dead in the Shed, as opposed to Still Not Quite Dead in the Shed. So we're here again. Sorry it's taken so long, but they've had to go all the way down there and all the way back. And, you know, you look at them, they've lost one. So, ladies and gentlemen, Callum Busting. So we've completed our forwards. There's a couple that aren't here with us tonight, so you'll get introduced to them at some point in the next few weeks. We're moving on to the small ones with an obsession in hair gel and the like. And first up, another returner. Put your hands together please and welcome Sam Boxall. Here's clean cut Sam Boxall. What's it like being up here? So, still taller than Tucker? Yeah, well, quite frankly, everybody is. So, tell us a bit about what you've been up to over summer, and again, because you're a returner, what's your thoughts on how the back's again?
Yeah, so I went home, back to Hereford, been working hard, grafting 9 to 5 every day pretty much. I can't even say that with a straight face. Yeah, so like most of the boys have said, Sale last week was a real good game for us. I think we performed well and you know, had a lot of character and played well, so it's looking good for this weekend and the season coming. So yeah,
that's great. So Boxy is sponsored by the Imperial Tea Rooms of Retford, represented by good old Lindsay. So put your hands together for Lindsay and Sam. Thank you.
new. She's got power. She's got power.
So, seems like it's been a while since I said this, but we've now got a new one to introduce to you. So he's a scrum half, though you wouldn't think so by looking at him, because he's a bit tall for the job description. Can you put your hands together and give a Rotherham welcome to Kareem Issa? He doesn't know it yet, but if we do get a bit short in the second row, who knows? Kareem, these people have got no idea who you are, which is a good thing. So I want you to give us a quick synopsis of where you played before, how you've ended up here, and whether you're enjoying it or not. Down to that last bit is you're enjoying it loads.
So I started off at Aberdeen, and that. We've upgraded though this season. Then the last 3 years I've been at uni at Northumbria, playing up there, Newcastle. I've got 1 more year, and this season I joined Rob.
And so far, you like what you see?
Really good, yeah. Craft start so far.
Wait till you hear the shed. So, Kareem is sponsored by, let me get to the right bit, Talents Community Foundation, and to present him with his shirt, great friend of the club, Franco. Ladies and gentlemen, Kareem and Franco. So we're going to move on now to the fly halves, the number 10s, our game managers. Sam Bill's not with us tonight, but we've got a new boy, man, who's come to join us. Started at 10 last weekend. Give a Rotherham welcome please to Corbin Oliver. So, like I just said to Kareem, this lot know nought about you. So, I'd like you to just give a little bit about where you're from, blah blah.
I'm Corbin Oliver. My family actually grew up on this lane here, Clifton Lane. I'm currently one junction up at Stocksbridge. Yeah, come on lad, there's always one. And now I've just got my placement here, so I'm in my third year university, so I'm working back down here this year, and hopefully get promotion or other this year. That's the goal.
Well, he's a crowd pleaser already, isn't he? Where were you playing before?
I was at Moortown last season, but when I was playing grassroots, it was more like Dinnington and Mosborough.
So it's great, isn't it, to have another very local lad with us. And Corbin is sponsored by the IRN. IRN? What is it? Urara. Thank goodness. Relax, it's fine. Check on the seats just in case. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you've got to go that way through the Harris Bar. Well, and welcome for Corbin. I'm shaking my head because I'm going to have my hands full now. We've got another new player. He's been with us about a fortnight, and unfortunately last week he's ruptured his ACL, which is a great shame, but hopefully within sort of 6 months we'll have him back on the park. I can't believe I'm going to do this, because I know he's going to lose. I don't generally lose with a microphone, but I wouldn't back myself at this moment in time. I've got a young man who has played in the Premiership. He's been on Celebrity X Factor. Tells me he's snogged Nicole Scherzinger. Well, to be fair, he said she snogged him, but you know. So, put your hands together and give a massive Rotherham welcome to Levi Davis. So, I'm not even going to say anything, you can just talk into this because you're good at it.
Well, it's great to be here. I've had a really good welcome. I say that from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate everyone who's come and said hello to me. Real family atmosphere at this club. Obviously, I've played with a couple of lads before, Paulie being one. No, it's great. It's a bit. I was going to swear, but the kids here. Yeah, it's not ideal, is it? But is what it is, isn't it, 50? Eh? He was trying to tell me not to hop off, and I was like, I just hurt too much. So I'm like, sit down, Levi. But yeah, hopefully that's 57. I'll be back come March. Normally bounce back from it, but ACL might be a bit harder. But here we go.
Well, to say that, but I've dealt with about 100 and some professional athletes with ACL problems, so I sort of half know what I'm doing. Yeah, the problem is I'm good at left ones. So. Just have to do everything back to front, it'll be fine. So, Levi is sponsored by Neil Devine and the Divine Deli. You lost a bit of weight, or you just bought a bigger shirt? Ladies and gentlemen, Levi. And Neil. So, next up, another returner, our S&C coach. He started off here as a lad ages ago, he's back with us as a grown man. So put your hands together, welcome back, Lloyd Hayes. Kids looking well. Good, like it. So, I don't know how much these people know about what are, in many respects, wonderful but really tough summer you've had, and fortunately we're through the other side of it, so you might want to share with these if you're comfortable to.
Yeah, so 4 months ago I gave birth to my first daughter. She was unfortunately born like 3 months premature, so it's been a real rough ride. But yeah, she's doing really well at the minute, so.
Which is brilliant news, because, and what an absolute heart this young man is. Because those of us who have had children in the past have been saying, oh, get used to the sleepless nights and all that nonsense. And what's she called? Marley's come home, perfect in a routine, because she spent all that time in hospital, sleeps through, he looks like this. I mean, who looks like that with a 4-month-old child? So, tell us a bit about the boys' condition, what you've been doing, how much looking forward to the season.
Yeah, so pre-season's been good, we're just getting the boys in shape. To be fair to most of them, they turned up in good nick, so it's not been too much of a slog. We've got a final little surprise test on Tuesday, which they don't know about yet. So yeah, and then we're just into the season now, and hopefully build on what was an unfortunate end of the season last year. Hopefully get a promotion this year, which we're aiming for, so we're all looking forward to it.
Well done, Lloyd.
Lloyd is very kindly sponsored by Yvonne and Sharon.
Put him down, Yvonne. Put him down.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lloyd and stalwarts, Yvonne and Sharon. Next up, another one that's back with us. Put your hands together and give a Warm welcome to George Tucker. Oh, he's here. So I want you to picture the scene. 5 yards out, 5 metres out if you prefer. Second half this last week. Again, catch and drive. It's motoring forwards at a pace, but may have come to a bit of a stop. Ball flies onto the back of it and pushes it over the line. Talk us through it.
I think just the boys needed a bit of extra weight on to get to the driving room, and I thought I was the perfect person for it.
The rumour is you were trying to steal the ball.
I'm not sandboxer.
He said, what a good player Sam Boxall is.
Team of the season.
Your mum's team of the season doesn't count. You wouldn't even make your mum's son of the season, let alone team of the season. So George, tell us about what you've been up to over summer and what's going on university-wise.
Yeah, just had a good summer. Went to Krakow with the lads, which was interesting. And been working with Lindsay at the TCF. Thank you.
And you're looking forward to loads more catch and drives and a few tries?
Yeah, always.
George is sponsored by Jeff and Bruce, 1 2/3 Wrinklies in the Shed, though having seen them both in the shower, I'm not sure which is which.
Never been in the shed.
I said shower, not shed. You just killed me joke, didn't you?
In the shower either.
Ladies and gentlemen, put hands together for George and for Jeff and Bruce. Next up, you're going to have to be a little bit quiet if you don't mind, and a little bit, you know, because this one is a bit shy and retiring. I think he'll be alright once he gets a bit of self-confidence. But we're going to bring him up. This is his first year with the club. Can you give a nice gentle clap, please, for our shy and retiring Jack Headley. So, they know that you're called Jack Headley, full stop. Give them a quick introduction to Jack Headley, where you played rugby, how you ended up here.
Yeah, hello everyone, nice to meet you. I'm Jack, as Swifty's just mentioned. Yeah. You know, I'm from Sheffield originally, and yeah, it's close by. Yeah, exactly. But then when I was 16, moved up to the northeast of England to play rugby. Ended up staying up there, went to Durham University, came back to Sheffield sometimes on the weekends to help Baz out. And then, yeah, sort of came back for work a year ago, and Baz got in contact. So yeah, very, very lucky to be here, so thank you for having me.
And, you know, we all know that rugby players put their body on the line week in, week out, and, you know, they fight out there in the shirt for us, the backroom staff, and for you, the fans. So, how are the blisters?
Blisters are alright. I'm massaging them not 3 times a day. Vaseline, you know, doctor's orders, and yours. So yeah, they're alright, getting there.
Oh, so
Fabulous. So, Jack is sponsored by Tony Clabby. Here he is. Some Sheffielders. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Headley. Now our next player is another new boy, and to be quite honest, if your children were buying a club shirt, this is the one that you don't want to say to them, can I have his name on the back of his shirt? Because, you know, you charge by the letter, So put your hands together please for Lucas Sableman Blue. So as I said to Jack Lucas, these people know your name and that's about it. So just give us a brief summary of where you're from, where you played rugby, how you ended up here.
I'm Lucas Sableman Blue, but my full name is Lucas Paul Fonder Johnson Sableman Blue. It's a long one. It's a long name, so I'll put on the team sheet. I'm from Leeds, played at Martin. Yeah, I know. Tough crowd. I moved to Newcastle for university 2 years ago now. We had a tough season there. I was injured for a bit of it, and then we got relegated, so a bit of a lost end, and then the door opened, and I opened it, it was Rotherham. As well as that's like I ended up here. Yeah, it's been quality. Everyone's been very kind, nice. I enjoy the food and the training as well because I like to eat. And training's been good, intense. I love it, so I just love it.
Come on! You're very, very much looking. There's no disrespect to anybody else that's been here recently or whatever, but I think as a staff we're really pleased that we've got what appears to be, with Lucas and Jack, some genuine pace out wide, so we're really looking forward to seeing that. Lucas has been very kindly sponsored by Alan and Wesley Rivington. Here they are. Should I go out on your own then? Lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, Lucas. Next up, another new one. He's got a baseball cap on back to front, so he must be one of them down with the kids sort. Ladies and gentlemen, put your heads together, put your hands together for Jack Taylor. So, again, new boy, need to know a little bit about you, where your rugby background is, how you've ended up at Rotherham. But I think it's fair to say that you come from Paviers, the rugby team, not the shoe shop.
Oh yeah, Paviers based in Nottingham, where I live. At uni there as well. How I got here, well at Paviers, Paulie's younger brother plays there. He came down for a pre-season, I think, like bit of fitness. Knew him from there, saw me in a few games last year, and asked me to come down.
I'm really pleased that you did. So, how did you find last weekend? Bit of a step up in sort of league type status for you.
Yeah, I think the main thing, it was a bit hot. Yeah, lots of water breaks, which I think were needed. But yeah, nice to have the challenge of a new league against opposition that are in an even higher league. So yeah, good challenge.
Well, we wish you well. And Jack is sponsored by, he's back again, old Neil Devine and the Divine Deli.
Pies.
We're getting towards the end now, so I'm going to bring up next another returner who seems to have been here, thankfully, forever. Can you put your hands together and welcome Harry John? So we've left you till fairly near the end because this year you've been promoted, haven't you? And you are now the assistant to the village idiot, I think. So, do you want to talk us through your impression of pre-season and your new role in a sense?
Yeah, I'd like to start off by saying Paulie did a fantastic job over the past last year anyway. And they are always tagging around sort of on his hip anyway. And thought, well, let's just give him the job and sort of just assist him from there on. But let's face it, we all know Charles probably vice captain, so it's just a title that means a lot more to me than it does to him. So, but no, pre-season's going well. I think if you look at where we were last season when we played Sale, we're in a lot better position now than we were. We obviously 21-12 we lost last weekend, but compared to a 60 drumming the year before, or whatever it was, I think it takes it for a lot more confidence going into both tomorrow and the season to come.
And on a sort of personal note, in terms of your rugby, because you're virtually never present, is that what you're hoping for this season?
Yeah, I think I was a little bit concerned at the start of last year when we had Matt Clark and Lloydie coming in, both championship centres, and then fortunately ended up playing the majority of the games through last season. Top backs try scorer, and I'm hoping to do the same again this year. So yeah, a lot of aspirations. So hopefully on a personal level.
Brilliant. So, Harry has been very kindly sponsored by Sandra and Alan Whitehead. So in terms of players, we've just had the Village Idiots assistant. So I suppose that just leaves us to bring up the Village Idiots. Sorry, club captain. Sorry, I always get it mixed up in the head.
Welcome. We're on the Village Idiot or not. I think whether there's actually a time to who's the idiot now. No, I just want to say glad to be back. One question, I got asked a few times at the end of the year, are you signing at the end of next year? And I told everyone, I said, yeah, but it's a secret, don't tell anyone. But everyone seemed to know, so someone broke the secret. I think it was Windy. Well, guess what? Probably signing. But no, there was no question in my mind. This is where I call home now. I absolutely love it. And just to add on to that, I call it home, and that's because of all of you lot. It's a very dysfunctional family, but it's not a bad one. I appreciate it. Thank you. So, as skipper, I have hopes and intentions of where we're going to go and what we're going to do this year, and at the end of the day all we want to do is get promoted. We're not in this league just to win some games and you enjoy a few Saturdays but not actually go up. There's no point, we're only here to win. So come the end of the year we want to be on the top spot, and we also want to go unbeaten, because who wants to lose? Not me. Right, you got any questions, but be quick because I've got to go home and got a game in the morning. Honesty is key. In my pocket. Right, so tomorrow,
What you would like to know, Sam?
I think, go on.
How many times last season do you think you should be man of the match?
Well, how many games? 30 games, is it? Give us 29, that's fair. That's fair. But if I ever do win man of the match, you're all here to witness it. I call Franco up to down the pint with me so you can all laugh at him. But no, like I say, I appreciate it, and to see you all here on a Friday night, it's absolutely amazing. I can't wait for the first match day. See you there.
So Zach, again, is sponsored by Sean and Debbie. Oh, I didn't see him for a minute. So Debbie's now running the shop with Sharon, and Sean is helping Fozzie out. Stop touching him. Sean.
Next door?
It's a question, Sean.
So, next up, I'm just going to bring them up so you can give them a round of applause, because it's mine and Doc's sponsors. And if there's a better group of blokes in this rugby club, I genuinely don't know who they are. I think there's some fantastic people in this rugby club, but for me, these are just such a quality bunch of guys. They sponsor us year after year. The great fun in here, the great fun out of here. Put your hands together, please, for the original Raiders.
Go inside!
Get on here, come on, Cole. Turn round.
Ladies and gentlemen, the original summit of the original Raiders. That leaves us one person. Put your hands together for the tip now.
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah. This is better.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
So, that leaves us with just one person. Not to put too fine a point on it, but the weight of this rugby club rests firmly on this man's shoulders.
No pressure there then.
No pressure there. It's his first full season with us. Joined us Christmas time last year. Put your hands together, give a massive welcome. Adam Byron.
Hello again. Obviously great to see you all. For me it's a first. Obviously really pleased to be here, having had almost a full pre-season. Obviously having only joined in November last year. Very much feel like I've obviously enjoyed my time here, but feel like we're really putting a squad together that can really do something here. Recruitment isn't just about the players, how they play on the pitch, but it's the kind of type of person that they are. And I think we've got a group of boys that are really going to come together and really perform for you. So I've absolutely no doubt that they will leave everything out there for you, and that's the first thing we look for when we're recruiting. So on top of that, as Paulie said, look, we have one intention, and that is to go out, win every game, and win the league. So looking forward to that. Obviously, game tomorrow. I really struggle approaching any of these games. Obviously, we're really testing ourselves with who we've got in pre-season, going from obviously a team that finished second in that one last year to a team that finished fifth in the championship tomorrow, and on to Leeds on Friday. But I think the boys have got a very similar attitude to me, is that we're going to go out and look to win the game. As great as last Saturday was, I think we should have won it. And I think that's the attitude we have to take in tomorrow, and we're going to take them on and see what we can do. I think one of the big things to me, obviously coming from a different club, not far away as we know, a club that I spent a lot of time at, but there's going to be different aspects to clubs. There's obviously different supporters, different teams and whatnot, but the biggest change for me has been obviously the welcome that I've received, the welcome that you've given to all the players, the commitment that you guys have to the club, and it really is something special and something that you should embrace and obviously keep going. So thank you for your support as always, and hopefully we can do you proud this year and get where we want to be.
So that is sponsored by another stalwart of the club. Put your hands together please for Penny Ralph.
Want to come to stay down here? At the back. Thank you. Right. Through this way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Byron. So that's it. All we've got to look forward to now is tomorrow, next Friday night against Leeds, and then 2 weeks tomorrow we're here. We've got Harrogate in our first game, so we hope to see as many as you can. Hope you've had a nice evening. Thank you so much for coming.
We're not quite finished because I think we've got to put our hands together to a great servant of our club who is not bad at what he does on the field and in here. Dave Swift, thanks so much.
I'll give you the money later, if that's alright. So, see you all again soon.
Thank you.